up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. I just want to speak to you all real fast and just give you just a little bit of what the Lord has just dropped on me. As you can see, I'm currently on my way home and I just couldn't wait. I had to get it out because this word was so rich and it was so robust and so flavorful. It was just dripping in sauce. And I'm like, okay, I need to get this to these people while it is fresh, while it is flavorful. Because it's a such thing as sitting on a word and it becoming stale. That's not what I want to be the case. I want to give it to you while it's fresh. I want to serve it to you while you can taste it. Okay? It was just that good. So the Lord was ministering to me, and this word is actually for a select group of people. So if you are one of those people who have found yourself in a place where you have been wrestling with change, then this word is for you. And I know that this is going to reach a lot of you because this word was so right now, like it was a rhema word like none other for right now. So if you find yourself in that place of wrestling with change, then this word is for you. And God just has me in this place where what he's doing with me is he's taking me through it first. I don't always like that, but it's how God uses me, and I know he does it strategically, and I know he does it with great purpose. And at the end of the day, even though it may not always feel good, it's always a great thing to be used by God in any way, shape, or form. So I just want to say that I am grateful for that, even though I don't always like the way in which it's done. But you know, the word that the Lord has spoke to me is, he said, I am raising you up to be a tour guide. And in order for you to be the tour guide that I need to use, I need to put you where the people are in order for you to be able to transition them to where they're going. So I need you to know the direction like the back of your hand. And the only way for you to be able to do that is for you to have been down that road before. So I was like, okay, God, I hear you. But no, so, okay. Back to what we was talking about, this thing about wrestling with change. Many of you have found yourself in this place of wrestling with change because you don't like the uncertainty that change brings. And change can be very, very uncomfortable. I get it. But what the Lord is saying in this hour is that you have to stop trying to squeeze the capacity of who you are into an atmosphere that can no longer contain you. Because that, in doing that, what you are trying to fit into, you will cause it to bust. And if you've ever looked at anything that you've outgrown and continue to try to squeeze into, it will literally bust at the seams. Those shoes don't fit no more. Before long, we are going to be saying peekaboo with your big toe. Those pants don't fit no more. Before long, you know that little lining in the middle, it will start to wear and eventually it will tear. And so it is in the spirit. So when we wrestle with change and when we reject what the Lord is trying to do in our lives, we begin to bust things at the seam. So what God is saying is, many of you have found yourselves being in this place of being muzzled and being muted and no longer able to speak. Many things where you will find yourself normally having something to say, normally having an opinion, normally having some advice, you're lost for words. Reason being is, and God took me to a familiar passage of scripture in the Bible where he had to muzzle or mute, for lack of better words, Zechariah. So God was trying to birth something new into the earth. He was doing a new thing. Change was coming. And that change, we know as John the Baptist, was coming. And he was using the family of Zechariah and Elizabeth to bring forth this greatness into the earth. But because it was something different, because it was something that Zechariah couldn't wrap his mind around, because it was something that was bigger than him, because it was something that he couldn't quite fathom, he would have spoke against what God was trying to do. And that's what many of us do, because we wrestle with change, and because we don't always, grasp the fullness of the change that God is trying to do, we speak against it, and we rebel against it, and we fight against it, and we start to sabotage God's plan. So in this season, God is saying, because I'm doing something new and I'm going to do it through you, I don't need you to do it. I'm going to do it, but you are just the vessel in which I'm going to use until the fullness of what I'm trying to do can be revealed. I need you to shut your mouth. I need you to be quiet. I need you to fall back because I'm at work. So that is what God is doing. And it may be different for you. It may be very uncomfortable, but hopefully in this message and getting the understanding of mighty move of God such as this, you'll be better equipped to be able to handle it and to be able to deal with it. Because what is happening is, because he's doing something new, right? He's doing something different. It's not familiar to you. And it's not familiar to the people around you. So not only do you not understand, but they don't understand. And before long, you got all of this opposition against the word or the will of God. So it's time to shut your mouth. It's time to be quiet. Because the thing about it is, we have this idea of what a move of God looks like, right? We have this idea of what religion is supposed to look like. We have this idea of what Christianity is supposed to look like. And in this idea that we have, in our limited mind, in our limited thinking, we begin to box God in. And we start trying to orchestrate his plan and his will for our lives, thinking that it's going to be one way when God is like, no, I'm doing a whole new thing. Can you not see it? So he started speaking to me and just showing me how David wasn't Zechariah. Zechariah wasn't Solomon. Solomon wasn't Moses. Moses wasn't Saul. All of them were used by God in mighty different ways. Mighty different ways. Mighty different ways. And listen, even in them being used in mighty different ways, they all were able to find themselves in a storyline in the Bible that transcended beyond their years, that we all look and glean from even today. So if God did it for them, what makes you think that he can't or won't do it for you? So it's time for us to get to the place where we let God be God in our lives. Stop wrestling with the change that God is trying to do because you don't understand it. Stop wrestling with the change that God is trying to do because you never seen it before. Stop wrestling with the change that God is trying to do because it doesn't look like the way that he did it for somebody else. Because the reality is, it is an honor, it is a privilege for it to be done first through you. And if you are truly the sold out, willing that we say that we are, then it's time for us to submit ourselves fully to the process of God. The willingness is our part. Everything else, we have to leave it up to Him. So, listen, when I tell you that this thing really sat with me and it did some great things for me and it just helped me out in this place that I am in, and I pray to God that just me being obedient enough to release it to you all today will bless you beyond what even I can imagine it to do. If this word blessed you at all, feel free, guys, to like, comment, share, and also make sure you subscribe so that anytime God is giving me something this fresh, something this powerful, something this saucy, I can share it with you.